All right.
So we know. All right. So for those that are watching this raw feed, we are started. We're not ready yet. My fault. Totally my fault. But we'll get there. So yeah, drink. Oh, okay. Oh.
So as you can see, DJ's got a nice, and there's a nice DJ drinking some shine.
No. Although now that you say that, maybe strawberries marinated in moonshine wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah, they were actually tasty. Louisiana is awesome. I love you guys in Louisiana.
Well, I've been. That's actually where I had moonshine at for the first time.
Same here. Go Louisiana.
I've had it in multiple locations, but that was the first place, Louisiana, New Orleans specifically.
Oh,
Because when you're in a bar and it's already kind of sketchy, and somebody goes, "Hey, do you want some moonshine?" and you ask, "Do I have to pay for it?" and they say, "No."
yeah.
You take it. And then you cough for the next 15 minutes because it's stronger than everything that you can ever imagine. Oh, hey there.
That's because it puts tears on your chest.
What about the ladies? We don't want hair on the ladies' chests.
Well, no, that's why they get it waxed.
They don't wax their chests.
Well, after drinking shine, they do.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
No, it's the stuff with the shine, not me.
Whatever.
I just want it on the chest.
All right, I need to airdrop a bunch of photos to my computer real quick. I'm glad. Let's see here. Got some wonderful pictures.
Nice.
Yeah. I even got a picture of a guy dressed as Macho Man Randy Savage.
No kidding. That is awesome.
Yeah, you just wait. Let's see here. There we go. That's better there. Miniver. So Miniver is at the show. She's got obligations at the show, and the reason I didn't say that she was going to be here for certain was because I knew that there were obligations, but I didn't know if they would absolutely run into things, and they do. So,
all right.
I'll include that because Trish will get a laugh out of it. All right, and then airdrop. Oops. 42 photos.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah.
Was it Rose City or Emerald City?
Rose. Emerald City is Seattle.
All right, I thought so, but
come on now. You don't insult us Portlanders that way. You're going to be one of us soon.
maybe. With the girlfriend now, I might be staying on the East Coast, but we're figuring things out.
We're out with you. This place is awesome for everybody.
I know. I just have to talk her into it.
Yeah. Well, you can start it out by talking her onto this show.
Plan on it. Just, she's quiet like me. Even more so.
Quiet like you.
Yeah.
All right. So Tricia's got the cat going. You and I are ready. We've been recording for a little bit. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
By the way, I like the shirt. That is awesome.
Well, that's going to be part. That's going to be part of the photo thing that you see in a little while. So.
Awesome.
All right. Welcome to the greatest show, episode 136 of our first ever official season 2017 to 2018. We're going to do seasons from now on, because that way we can take the summers off, because what we have noticed is that summers are incredibly hard to get people onto the show. So maybe in the future we'll have like a summer special if we can get like a special guest to come on or whatnot. But normally at this point we'll do like a September to May type thing. And I only have this season scheduled out. We'll worry about next season next season. So joining me tonight, not on camera at the moment, but I have Tricia, my wife. She will be coming over in a little bit. You will be able to hear her in the background, by the way. But on the other end of this wonderful, beautiful camera is the beautiful, beautiful Metal Jesus.
Wait, me? I'm beautiful?
You're beautiful.
Aww.
You're a beautiful and unique snowflake.
Why, thank you. Ew, no.
No, you're the all singing, all crapping dance of the... Wait, you're the all singing, all dancing crap of the world.
Exactly.
And I am DJ, the Emerald Spectre himself. And the reason we are late tonight by almost 45 minutes is because we were at Rose City Comic Con. The idea was to have the first episode back for the con. I knew that we were going to be doing stuff after my wife got off because she was volunteering, but I didn't realize we were going to be hanging out quite as long as we did, so I immediately put out onto Twitter, we're going to be late. I let the only host that is joining us know so that we could have everything all coordinated. So if you were watching the live, the raw feed or seeing this in post, because I don't know if I'm going to remove the raw feeds anymore, you will hear our conversation about this. I got a lot of pictures to show, and this is Peter Capaldi. These are 12s. Yeah, these are 12s.
Yes.
Double hearts because he's a Time Lord, and it's like a playing card. Let me make room for the hostess with the mostest. Here she comes. Defleeing our cat. Defleeing our cat.
Hi.
Hey.
Did you hear that Metal Jesus might not move to Portland now that he's got a girlfriend?
Well, as soon as I saw that update on Facebook, that was the first thing I thought.
I was a little worried about that too, but you could totally be like, hey, listen, if you love me, you'll come to Portland.
Well, let me introduce her to you guys and like you guys work your term. So you guys have that certain magic about the place, so.
But it's just because this place is awesome.
Oh, I don't doubt it, but so is New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, we did come from North Dakota, so.
Yeah, I'm going to move the microphone because it's, I think the fan is blowing on it. So if you had some audio problems before, I apologize. I didn't realize that the fan was blowing on it.
No worries.
So, we were at Rose City Comic Con, and because this is sort of a thing that we do since we've been in Portland on this show, we're gonna have some pictures. We can talk over the pictures and do whatever, but I'm gonna bring up all the pictures and we're gonna do a little slideshow.
All right.
I was going to have an official, like a keynote slideshow set up, but I didn't have any time. You actually saw me downloading them to my computer, so that is kind of what happened. So.
Oh, it's happened. I was there.
Yeah. So I will get these all set up here.
And all the pictures you're showing us, I probably haven't even seen, unless they got a photo op.
You're not going to have seen a lot of these, but.
Nope, didn't see that.
There we go. All right. So, Metal, I'm going to choose me as the primary camera, and we are going to do screen share. And we're just going to go and share that. So, here we go with X-Force Wolverine.
Is that a map or something?
No. That is the Wolverine costume that he wore in the comic book X-Force. And I made the comment to him after I took the picture. I'm like, it's nice to see someone doing some X-Force. And he's like, I've been the only one that I know of, so I was like, and I've seen other X-Force characters, like the uniforms on the other X-Force characters in past shows, but I've never gotten a picture of them. So, if they could all coordinate and all show up at the same show, that'd be great. But
yeah,
this wasn't the only Wolverine I saw, but this was the only Wolverine I saw that I get a I could catch up to because I've got a limp because I injured my foot. So
Sure.
next on the docket. I'm not sure who these two guys were supposed to be, but they were
Fallout guys.
who? Fallout?
Fallout. Yeah, like the blue.
Okay.
The blue
Looks like
people.
They were with the guy that had antlers, and I don't know where he was for the picture, but as soon as I walked away, the stupid guy with the antlers walked back in. So I'm like, and because I was already beelining for another picture, so I don't know. I don't know why that happened that way. Okay, so then we've got Sansa, Braun, and Samwell Tarly.
nice.
Yes, they. I apparently I was pointing up a little bit too far. I was trying to get everybody's like the entire costume in, but yeah, they.
I thought I saw somebody at one point with kind of the wolfy sort of fur across the top of their back, but I never saw their front. So I may have seen another.
There was a kid that I saw that was Jon Snow, but
okay.
The only reason I know he was Jon Snow is yes, the fur on the cape, but he also. Beyond that, he had some curly hair, and his mom kept saying, "He's Jon Snow." Jon Snow. So I'm like, I'm not going to take a picture of somebody that I have to be told is Jon Snow. Anyway, now we've got, and I was going to say,
waterbenders.
Yeah, well, it's Sokka and the sister. Katara?
I think so.
Okay, so because at first I saw her, and then I'm like, "Ooh, Korra," and then I started walking over. I'm like, "No, that's Sokka," because he's definitely got a top knot, and I tried to. I mean, it's hard to see it in there, but he's definitely got the Sokka top knot going on. So, yeah, this is the.
Goodness, kitten.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. Those weren't the only Airbender themed costumes I saw, but there was the only two that I could catch because again, I'm limping and I'm going as fast as I can. What I found out though, if I stay in one spot long enough, I see everybody.
They'll walk by you.
Yeah. Okay, so then we've. Oh.
Did you see the guy that was going around? He had a professional, like, nice camera, and he had a flash with a white umbrella attached to it, and he was holding up his own lighting and taking pictures of the cosplayers.
No, I didn't see that guy. This is male and female Loki.
Oh.
So those two were walking out, and the missus there had just finished putting something in her mouth to eat, like the rest of a sandwich or a cookie or whatever. And I'm like, "Can I get a picture?" And she smiles with a full mouth. I'm like, "Oh, I'll wait till your mouth is empty. Go ahead and chew." So she's laughing the whole time, trying not to spit out her food. And the male Loki there, he got pulled to do a couple of other pictures while she was chewing. I told her, "Just take your time. I didn't mean to jump on you like that. It just happened." So, let's see here. Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, random Cobra Trooper, and random G.I. Joe. That flag there says G.I. Joe, and the guy did a bunch of stuff with the flag, but that's really the only picture that turned out well.
Nice.
The guy in the Cobra Commander mask, he's not, I mean, he's muffled because of the mask, but he's doing his best to sound like Cobra Commander from the cartoon.
Nice.
Which is the high-pitched Starscream voice, because that's what that is.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep moving the mouse. That is the Scarlet Spider.
Oh, gosh.
So he is in the comics, the Scarlet Spider is a clone of Spider-Man, and he obviously has spider powers, but he's the Scarlet Spider instead.
Is he a bad guy?
No, good guy.
Well, usually when they're cloned, there's a good and a bad.
Oh.
So I thought I'd have to ask there.
This,
ooh,
and I did the portrait mode here. This is Lady Phasma. She's got a big dress and whatnot going on there too. I wanted to do the portrait mode because the mask, she did a lot of. It just looked right. When she took it off, you could see all the rough edges and stuff. But I mean, I wanted to take a picture of it. And she was. I'll be posting her on Instagram as well. But it's
very cool.
Yeah, it's a very nice, formal looking dress. Let me resize that so I can look at Metal's beautiful face off to the side. Hi. All right, next.
What are you like making sure he's still there?
Oh, look at that! Someone has gotten in line and gotten a picture with Peter Capaldi.
I am so jealous.
Well,
So-
he's there tomorrow too. If you want to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right on it.
So because I've got my foot in a boot and I had a cane, they put me in the ADA line, the Americans with Disabilities Act line.
Mm-hmm.
The only person in front of me is a lady that I know and I've been talking to at several cons now. She's not quite confined to a wheelchair, but she's basically she spends a lot of time in a wheelchair. She was the only person in front of me, and so she almost fell on Capaldi because the little flaps on her, the foot flaps on her wheelchair, she didn't get them all the way up at first, so she like pseudo lunged forward, not by choice, but yeah, they didn't fall. And then I saw him do that with her, and I wanted to do that, so then we did that. And then afterwards, I'm thinking, oh, he's going to do that all day. I should have done something totally different.
And my question is, do his eyebrows ever go down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They do go down.
Because there's not a single picture that I saw that he doesn't look completely surprised.
Well, that's the honest look for you.
Yeah. I like with him, I like that even with the coat and everything, that it's still very Doctor Who-like. Even his clothing. You know, whereas sometimes when you do a photo with a celebrity, I mean, of course, if they're some sort of a character, they often don't look clothed anywhere near their character.
Like an example, when we took a picture with Nichelle Nichols and Walter Koenig, they obviously are not in uniform, but you can tell who they are. So yeah, it was nice that Capaldi's doctor kind of had a casual, normal, everyday look to him. So
yeah, that's really cool.
But he was super nice. This is why I went to the con. I did toy with not getting the picture, but because someone gave me a budget this year, and well, the budget has been spent. So I am going to go back tomorrow. I'm going to get more cosplay pictures.
Nice.
And, we'll have more in the future. But I wanted to show this because I got to be in with Capaldi. Now I didn't realize this at first, but that dark spot on my shoulder is sweat. So the con is air conditioned, but if you are in an area with a lot of people,
it was horrible today.
It's like 1,000,000 degrees. So if I'm standing next to 6 people, it is 175,000 degrees. If I walk off to a corner by myself, the temperature immediately drops like a lot. So it's really weird. And earlier there were so many people in there you couldn't get away from everybody. So we were all sweating. But I mean, it just looks like a shadow. I'm okay with that. All right, next. This is our one of our past guests, Miss Miniver. Here she is, Ray. Somebody crocheted that BB-8 for her. She didn't have it earlier when I said I wanted to take her picture again, and so she's handing me a lightsaber. I did do the portrait mode again. I have non-portrait mode versions of her, but it's the portrait modes work so well, and she loves them too. So I'll be posting those too. But the she's going to be dressed as Cinnabon Princess Leia tomorrow. So, and I say Cinnabon just so you can picture the mufflers on her hair all done up. So,
all right.
A New Hope Princess Leia. How about that?
Gotcha.
Here is a portrait mode Judge Dredd. This guy was awesome. I wanted to get his whole thing in, but portrait mode only really works on the upper body. So he was a trooper too, because I was like the 6th person in a line of like 12, and he stood there for everybody. So it was awesome.
Nice.
Well, yeah. Did you see when? Well, do you have Iron Man in there?
I do.
Okay. Because he ended up over in my lines for photo ops, and he was in the way a very long time because he could not get out of there without 1,000,000 pictures.
Yeah,
he talked with me even.
But if you're in that spot, you're going to do that, and I'm
just saying that they were in my photo op lines the whole time in my way.
Yeah, so. He was awesome. He talked to me for a little bit after.
But yeah, he talked to me too. He was a really nice guy. He was fun.
So.
Oh yeah.
this is quote unquote Ahsoka Tano, but this is actually the fulcrum version of Ahsoka. And for those that don't know, because Disney bought Star Wars, they removed all of the EU stuff, but have started making their own extended universe. So everything Disney does is in universe. So in universe, Ahsoka doesn't. She grows up to this adult version, and then she gets 2 lightsabers that are gray in color.
Right.
The light is gray, and she becomes a character. She goes by the code name Fulcrum. So this is Fulcrum.
Well, that character is in our game.
Yes, yes. So I was very happy to see Fulcrum pop up in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean, yeah? You haven't logged on in like 60 days.
Yeah, because I've been so busy with school and whatnot, and well, hey, I'm trying to pay attention to the girlfriend,
Hey, what you need to do is do what I do. Make it part of your routine. Right before I hop in the shower, I do 2 of the automatic things because they kind of play out. And then when I get out, I kind of finish things up while I'm eating. So I'm sitting at the table eating cereal, for instance, or the couch or whatever, and I'm just hitting the automatic stuff so I can just get through all of the basics. But
and you've noticed that he didn't say how he fits in time for the girlfriend.
I do like the girl. So
he just
sorry if I'm trying to be a good boyfriend.
I see my girlfriend all the time. Someday
Your left hand doesn't count.
The what?
Left hand doesn't count.
Okay. Enough shaming people here. I didn't get very close to these people, but I tried to get him. I don't know who the guy is with the trucker hat. I think he was like, I don't know. I don't know who he was.
Oh, I see a rocket, I think.
Yes, there's a rocket raccoon. There's a mantis holding a Groot. Drax. The kid was the one being in the picture with everybody. So I don't know who the kid is or who he was supposed to be, but he's not part of the group. The green girl is Gamora. We've got a Star-Lord and a Nebula. That is one whole family. And like I said, I don't know who the guy with the trucker hat is, but he's part of that group too. Everybody else was themed as a Guardian of the Galaxy, but he was like completely stood out.
All right.
Their costumes were awesome, and I couldn't. This was as close as I ever got to them because I never even saw them after this. So, the picture of the truck in the background, I'll get to that later.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see those.
So this is a Golden Age Flash female version. She was a trooper because she stood there like that for a long time for like 3 of us to do that. One guy actually, apparently he's a dancer. Asked if he could hold her, so I took a picture of her being held by him on his phone, and she seemed kind of worried that he could do it. But you just looked at him, you could see he's going to be able to do this. He's going to be able to hold me, and I didn't ask to be held.
What do you mean hold?
He held her.
Oh, I see.
All bombshell like. So.
Oh, got it.
So then here you go with Iron Man. And this Captain America guy, he asked somebody else to take this picture of those 2. And I'm like, oh, sweet. I don't have to ask them to get together again then. Iron Man is at all the cons. So, I see him all the time. So I have multiple pictures of Iron Man. It's not that I didn't want pictures of Iron Man. It's that I've already taken pictures of Iron Man. So I was kind of looking at doing new or different things this time. So, but that's one of the many Captain Americas that I saw. His is one of the tierage of Captain America costumes. His would be on the higher tier.
Nice. Full frontal like shot, and had them photoshopped in Snickers and Twix, and then under that Civil War.
I could have done all kinds of stuff. This is the only Green Goblin I have ever seen.
All right.
Now, I saw him moments after I saw Dr. Doom, and after I took his picture, I'm like, oh, I wish Dr. Doom was still over here. I'd have gotten you 2 together.
There was a girl in a wheelchair, but they made the wheelchair look like a bike, and it was green. I thought she was a Green Goblin.
Maybe? I don't know. This is the only Green Goblin I've seen.
Sure.
This is a Mandalorian. Now, what I have noticed at our Portland cons, and I don't know if this is like cons everywhere, but there are always a butt ton of Mandalorians and a butt ton of Deadpools. Now, thankfully, this year I did not see a ton of Deadpools, so hopefully that trend is skewing down. But this poor guy, he's the only Mandalorian, and I'll show you the picture of the rest of his family later.
Uh-oh.
You can kind of see what his wife is dressed up as there. I think that's his wife anyway. Yeah, on the with the red skirt there. So
that's Ruby.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
yeah, all 4 of the voice actors are here.
Yeah, and you'll see more of the Ruby, and I'll tell the story of how I got to know these people here later on too. But so this is the Game of Thrones. Daenerys, Peter Baelish, Cersei, the Marjorie, and I don't remember what the prince's name is, but that's the one that died early on.
Not Joffrey, but
no, this was I think that was the prince that was gay, that was sleeping with everybody.
Oh, the guy that plays Iron Fist.
Wasn't he her brother or cousin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now these there was a couple of Daenerys's there. There was actually a better looking, like a Daenerys with a better. She's holding a little dragon too. You can hardly see it from my angle, but Cersei, when she puts that face on, looks dead like Cersei does. But when she's not, when she doesn't have that face on, you can hardly. You have to really look and squint to see it. But it's the Peter Baelish guy. Holy crap! I saw him in the crowd 3 or 4 times, going, "God damn, is that dead on?"
Yeah, that guy's got a good setup.
Yeah, and he's the only Peter Baelish there, so he really nailed that one. Let's see here. Okay, this is the rest of that Mandalorian's family. So the first Ruby, and the last 2 ladies, the one with the mask on and the one with the golden hair, are his immediate family. The 3 in between them are the kids' friends, who also happen to be dressed as Ruby characters. I'm like, oh, please, everybody get in. This is awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, it just worked out because I was getting ready to take a picture of the 3, and the friends started walking by, and they're like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, my God, do you guys know them? And they're like, yeah, I was like, all right, everybody over. Everybody over.
Do me a favor and send me that pic. I'm actually a member of the website that makes that series.
Okay.
That's awesome.
It'll also be on Instagram, @EmeraldSpectre.
All right, I don't have an Instagram, so I'm not like you.
It's not up yet either, so, I mean, I can send it to you. There's no problem. Here's one of the 2 Doctor Stranges that I managed to get a picture of. This one is more comic book Doctor Strange.
All right.
He was the only Doctor Strange I saw up to that point. So, I mean, and he even said there's a couple of MCU guys running around dressed as Doctor Strange, too. I'm like, oh. And I explained that I also know him from the comics, so it was good to see a comic version of it, because everybody wants to do the movie version of everything now. So,
yeah.
He was super nice. Here, well, speaking of the devil, here's one of the others. The other guy that I found didn't have the cape, but I couldn't catch up to the other guy anyway. So, but this guy had the whole shooting match going on. And because I don't have his feet, I'm wondering if I attempted to do a portrait mode on him or not. There's only so much room in there to back up, unfortunately. But yeah, this was a good costume.
Nice.
This was my favorite picture.
Rocky. Yeah.
So he's standing. He came in with the Tyrannosaurus in the background there, and there's a couple of other characters with the Tyrannosaurus, but he was standing there. I'm like, Rocky. He turns around. I'm like, can I take your picture? He's like, yeah.
I don't understand.
Rocky from the Rocky Horror Picture
that
Show.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
how can you not know Rocky from Rocky Horror?
I didn't know his name was Rocky.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And so that's all he was wearing too. I mean, it was that those shorts are not covering much.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's got the body for it too. But yeah, he's out of nowhere. He's the only Rocky Horror Picture Show person I saw at the entire con. and it just seemed really weird that he was doing it. But you know, if you got a pair of gold spandex shorts, why not?
And abs.
Yeah.
He's definitely rocking it. So good for him.
And I didn't get a chance to make the comment, but I wanted to say you have a body for this, whereas I have the body for King Hippo.
You and me both. So
Yeah. Here are Nova and Iron Fist. They were with two other characters that, because they're off screen, I can't tell you what they were, but I recognized them both, and I'm like, come on in. And they're like, no. And they got pulled to do other pictures, so I never got their picture. But this is the only Iron Fist I've seen, and I was so happy because I have a friend back in North Dakota who loves Iron Fist.
yeah.
Sent that to her right away, too. I'm like, who I found?
Like,
Here are our friends, Eric and Christelle.
awesome.
We literally see them like twice a year at the cons. So we got to do the whole, we weren't positive, names and stuff, but he's always he looks exactly like David Tennant. So that's what he did. I'm not entirely sure what character she is. I thought she was like Amidala at first, but when I saw her up close, I'm like, that's not it. So do you happen to know, Kevin?
I have no idea. I'm
Okay.
trying to.
Now, I specifically wanted to take their picture, but it now makes me sad realizing that just off to the right is Carbonite Han Solo, who I couldn't catch to take a picture of him. So the board that he's holding is the whole arms out. The Carbonite, I mean, he just puts his face through the hole so it looks like him. So
Yeah, because his face is painted silver too.
Yeah.
I saw him going when I was going down the escalator. He was going up when I was coming to meet you.
But normally she's dressed as like a female version of Captain Jack or something like that. But I don't know what she was going for this time. I didn't know if it was a Ruby character that we haven't seen yet or something like that. But I mean, yeah.
Well, no of.
I was going to run it by our other Kevin because he's the anime fan, and I thought that might be where that's from, but I mean, who knows? Okay, let's. Here is.
Ooh.
He's the only fifth Doctor that I saw. I did see a seventh Doctor, but I couldn't. She disappeared on me. I completely lost her. So there's that.
Did you see Pearl at all? I didn't see her anywhere either.
No, but I saw her in pictures with everybody.
I didn't see those either.
Okay.
So Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie were both here.
Yeah.
Or are both here.
Are both here.
Nice.
I may go to their panel tomorrow just so that I have some place to sit for a while and listen to people I want to listen to. And because I'm ADA with my boot and my thing, I'll get to sit right up front. Woo!
Nice.
Let's see. Here, okay. The Spider-Man with the gold-looking stuff around him, he took a ton of pictures, and everybody kept handing me their phone because I offered while I was waiting for Tricia to come out to take pictures. So I started snapping pictures while I was taking them. And the Spidey and the female Spider-Gwen, they're a couple, and they wanted to take a picture with the other Spider-Man. So they looked awesome. And she has a hood, but it looked like the hood might have a mask in it too, but she never put the mask part on, so I don't know if it actually has one or not. But, I mean, she wasn't the only Spider-Gwen I saw, which was nice. Raiden and Smoke. No, not Smoke.
No, not Cyrax. It's
Well, there's Cyrax and Sector, which are the ketchup and mustard. Smoke is gray.
Ermac. No, Ermac's green. I think you're right. No,
Ermac's red. All right, hang on. We gotta Google this.
Well, I like Raiden.
Raiden. Purple Cyborg Mortal Kombat. Well, I found the category.
Okay, where'd you go?
Green. That's Rain. Raiden MK3.
Rain?
Yeah.
Sector Cyrax, Sub-Zero, Jackson. Come on.
Yeah, he wasn't like a big guy in the whole Mortal Kombat series, but he's one of those ninja guys.
Oh no, that is Smoke. That's Cyborg Smoke. Cyborg Smoke was purple. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Man, I confused myself.
Now you got me confused.
Yeah, yeah. So that's Cyborg Smoke, which is awesome.
Right.
I did see a really good Smoke. Not Smoke. A good Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but like with the other times of seeing great costumes, I couldn't catch them. So maybe tomorrow.
All right.
Here is the Ice Warrior Queen and one of the Cybermen that was there. I now I know that there are two because I was explaining where I saw the Cyberman. I was explaining it as if that guy was it, and he's like, "Well, no, I had my picture." Because I saw the first Cyberman in line to get a ticket. He's like, "No, we've had our tickets the whole time." I'm like, "Oh, okay, so that wasn't you."
I think I saw the other one.
Yeah, so the other one apparently can't see out of his helmet, so he's being led around like a blind person.
Oh, then maybe I did see that guy because the Cyberman waved to me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's three then.
There we go too. I guess that's another answer.
Okay. But this is the only Cyberman I saw. And this costume was rock solid awesome.
Nice. Does look good.
I mean, to take nothing away from the Ice Warrior Queen, that's cool too, but I'm a Cyberman fan, so I should clarify that before I move on.
Yeah.
Man, I would really like to see somebody be that Madam Vostra.
Oh, Madam Vast, yeah. Vaster.
And Jenny. I would love to see those as cosplayers.
Well, hopefully somebody will do that because I mean, Capaldi had them at one point. You know, I should start doing Strax. That way I can walk around and calling everybody boy, and I can wear a suit and a potato head.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it would. Here is K9, an actual robot moving around. It lit up. It talked. Its nose laser came. Yeah, its little everything moved that was supposed to move. Nice. The guy that built it is an R2D2 builder, so he was with that group, and he said, "I wanted to do something a little bit different this time, so I thought I'd give K9 a run." And wow, was he popular! I mean, it was hard to get this picture because he was mobbed all the time.
I saw him when he came through photo ops, and I told them, I said, whenever somebody asks me, like, you know, who's your doctor, I have my answer, but, you know, who's your favorite companion, I say, mine is K9.
All right. Nice.
Nobody ever expects that answer.
No, that's definitely a surprise.
All right. Here are the Belchers from
Bob's
Burgers.
Nice. That's awesome.
Now, after I was done, I did comment, you know, you guys don't have a Gene, and they're like, yeah, we just say that we lost him. But it's a fan. I saw Louise at first, and then right behind him, right behind Louise, I saw Linda, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the thing. And I turned around, and there was Tina and the dad. So I'm like, oh, yay! This was the closest to a complete set that I had access to, but they were awesome. There were lots of Louises running around.
There were.
Mainly just a hat, but I mean.
Well, in a green dress, but yeah.
Well, there was a lot of people who were just wearing the hat.
Oh, okay.
So that makes me wonder if you could buy the hat at the show. Because that would make a lot of sense then. Lady Hellboy or Hellgirl.
All right.
So I also wanted to take a picture of that Superman in the black costume there. I never got a chance to actually situate him, but as soon as he saw me taking that picture, he like ducked out of the way. I'm like, no, well, he's gone now.
I'm way more interested in that surfboard Batman and Robin going on the left side.
I also tried to find Batman after this picture too, because right after this picture, I ended up like flipping around and taking a picture of somebody else, looking for the Superman also. And then when I flipped around, Batman was gone. I was like, God damn it.
What's the Batman guy that died? I can't think of his name.
Adam West.
Adam West. Okay. Adam West was scheduled to be at this Rose City Comic-Con.
Aw.
So, but Burt Ward was here still.
Yeah, and that, I mean, the costume is great. The top of the shorts, because I got to see him up close at briefly one point, is the actual utility belt. So that utility belt is holding up those shorts. But the rest of it is the Bat costume, the Adam West version. And I never got another look at that Robin, so I have no idea what she looks like from the front. But
All right.
yeah, that was there was a lot of pictures I was like, but I'm glad I got them in like side pictures like this, because I'm never going to see them again unless they show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. I believe this is Galvatron from the new movie.
Oh.
Do you have the app? Because it's in there on the map.
So there were 3 vehicles. Let's see here. There was Onslaught. There was this one, which I believe is Galvatron. Otherwise, this is Onslaught. And then there was...
You need the map.
Yeah.
The main guy, the good guy, right?
Optimus Prime is the third one.
Go up, up, up. And zoom. There are those diagonal ones right here.
Oh, they're not in the right order then, because that has Optimus first, and he was in the middle. So,
but at least it gives you the 3 names.
Yeah, but I knew that I knew what the names. So I think that this is Galvatron. I didn't get a picture of Onslaught because nobody. I don't know what Onslaught plays a role in the movie, and I know what Galvatron does in the comics and cartoons, and I know that this is a different version of Galvatron, but at least I recognize the name. Onslaught was like a tow truck, a bright green tow truck. I just could never get the truck by itself because there was constantly people in front of it. This and Optimus Prime, it would clear out like enough for me to get a picture, and I couldn't do that with Onslaught. It might have had something to do with Onslaught being in front of specific celebrities, because the lines over there at this point in time were kind of nuts. So maybe I'll get one of the green truck tomorrow.
All right.
Oh, this I got because of his shirt.
I can't read it.
Jurassic Park.
Oh God.
So the bottom.
Oh God.
Siberian Husky. I walked over to this guy. I'm like, can I take a picture of your shirt? Because I got this thing with my wife. We're driving her nuts with this. It's just, he's like, yeah. And the lady on the floor with the glasses, you can barely see her head. She looks up at him after I'm done, and she says, I told you it was going to be a good thing that you wore that shirt. That guy was taking pictures in that shirt all day.
Nice.
Jurassic Park. I just love it. Siberian Husky. So last year I got a picture of each of these girls by themselves. And this year I'm like, oh, good, you're both here. And they kind of look at me. I'm like, I got a picture of each of you last time individually. And they're like, well, the Winter Soldier girl, she goes, well, that's funny because we were together almost the whole time. I'm like, yeah, I caught you the 2 times you guys were alone.
Damn.
So yeah, I'm like, I wanted to get a picture of both of them because they're a set. So
All right. Nice.
her hair is greenish, so I don't know if she was doing that for some other costume that she's going to be doing or has done like yesterday or something. But I mean, you can't really tell in the pictures. I was okay with that.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I can see it.
Yeah, it's definitely a green tint.
Yeah.
There's the Macho Man.
Oh, I never would have realized that.
Well, I mean, it's the things hanging from the arms, the championship belt, and the combination of the bandana and glasses.
What is the white thing? Looks like a lab coat or something to me.
I think that he was going for, because Macho Man used to wear those coats all the time, where it was like sequined all over the place and then tassels hanging way down to the floor. I'm sure he just threw that together at the last minute, but I mean, or he didn't put more than 2 weeks worth of effort into it. But it's yeah, he was the only one. And the kid in the yellow hair there jumped in like he wanted to be in the picture. I'm like, I don't know who you are. Get out of the picture. But I got it before he even got in there, so that was good. Let's see here. This is Vincent van Gogh, and I'm not positive who
What?
the girl is.
Oh.
they were talking about finding a doctor later, so I think that she may be a Doctor Who character too. But I feel bad. I just don't recognize who that's supposed to be. They were talking to Iron Man forever, so that's why Iron Man's in the picture. And I wanted to get a picture of he's totally. When he turned around, I'm like, oh my god, you look like the painting.
Self-portrait.
Yeah. So that was that. That was pretty there. Miss Marvel and
Black Cat.
Black Cat from Marvel. Yeah, that's Hi Kitty. So those two walked in. I was sitting down at the time, so I'm sitting really close to the floor on my folding chair that Tricia bought me. They walk in and they immediately turn and walk away, and I couldn't get up fast enough to catch them. Like, crap! So I kind of wandered over to where I've been hanging out, which is near Tricia in the photo op end of the line.
Mm-hmm.
And they happened to walk by, and I'm like, you guys ran away from me. I couldn't catch you. And they're like, she's like, oh, we're sorry. I'm like, no, and I put it in my boot. I'm like, I'm not going anywhere fast anytime soon. And they're like, well, we're glad you caught us. And I'm like, well, what I've learned is stay in the same spot, and you guys happen to appear. So yeah, I happened to catch him, but that's one of the better Black Cat costumes. Kitty, can I put you over on Mommy? You know, she's probably not your favorite person, but
come here, kid.
Maybe she is. This is a character from Dragon Age Inquisition, like one story in the video game. So because I asked her, I'm like, I don't want to misquote who you are, and I've forgotten the name of the character already. Morgan.
Oh, right.
So you know who she is, but I made sure we talked for a minute, and I'm like, that's a really awesome costume. Well, so thank you. And I'm like, I don't play Dragon Age, but I'm glad I took a picture. So
that's a well done costume. So kudos to her.
There we go. There is Optimus Prime. There's the on the hood in between on the grill there. That is an Autobot symbol. That's a legit. It's in the grill. It's not like a sticker or anything. That is molded into that grill. So that's to the left of the Galvatron picture I took, and Onslaught is to the left of Optimus Prime.
All right.
So I'll take a picture if I can get one without tons of people in it. But yeah, I happened to get in front of these two trucks, and it's like the Red Sea cleared just long enough for me to grab the pictures. So,
oh yeah.
The only thing I can think of to call this guy is a steampunk Ghostbuster.
He's just a steampunk. He said he's nobody special. He just did all steampunk. Because I told him that he reminded me of the Dread Doctors, and he didn't know who I was talking about. And, I mean, that has never happened at a Comic-Con. So,
his backpack has got all kinds of lights and whirring and whizzing, and he's got a voice modulator, and even his eyes, you can't really see them, but every once in a while the light changes, so it looks like he's blinking. I mean, this costume is to the nines. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Cool.
I couldn't get him by himself, so I just happened to snap a picture when that other guy was getting one with him. So that's as close as I ever got to getting anything formal. But he was awesome. If he's there again tomorrow, I'll see if I can't corral him. But it was just awesome. I'd like to get video of it because there's so much going on.
Damn, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Here's the only reverse flash I saw today.
Oh.
So the guy in the monkey mask that's off to his left there, and the girl standing next to him, they were with him. And after I took the picture, there was somebody else taking a picture of reverse flash, and the guy in the monkey mask goes, you know, I knew dressing up was going to be a bad idea. We haven't made it in 25 feet. And we've already taken like 12 pictures.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's getting hammered. That costume is really good, though. It's that you can't see it from the belt or on the front, but I mean, it fades pretty nice in the back, just like the show does. So,
all right.
Speaking of monkey mask, did you see the Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Guy in the green.
and I totally couldn't get them.
That was really cool.
Because I think they were coming at me, and then they veered off, and then I didn't see where they went, and I couldn't catch them. But it looked like one of the 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
A Planet of the Apes.
It was very cool. And he had like the whole mask and everything, so he looked perfect.
This is the only Jawa I saw. But I mean, it was dead perfect.
Nice.
Speaking of unrelated things, I saw a Moogle.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to say that I saw one too, but I think I saw one going into the show, and I never caught up to her ever again. Oh, is that it? Oh, that's it for the slideshow, kids. All right, so that's it for the picture show, folks. But, I mean, that's what I took today. I will have more. I don't know if I'll do a whole slideshow next week, or I think we have a show next week. But, I mean, that way you get to see it. But it's been super fun so far, and I'm going to be back tomorrow. Like I said, I've blown my budget, so I'm basically hanging out tomorrow. I mean, I'll eat, but there's a couple of the food places I'll go, but I'm not going to be buying anything specific. And I'm going to talk to the comic book creator of a comic called Verticome, and I'm going to see if I can't get him on this show.
Nice.
Yes.
So, hey, just for reference, here's a picture of that lady from Dragon Age. Morgan?
Okay.
Just,
Hang on. Well, I see your beautiful profile picture, but all I got at the moment.
anyways.
Try it again. It might have been because I was camera switching at the time too. So, damn it! Why do you freeze every time you screen share?
I don't know.
That sucks. Maybe if I don't have you as the primary camera, maybe that'll work. No. Why don't you bing it or ding it to me, and I'll.
All right. I'll do that now then.
Yeah.
So.
And that way it'll reference it'll be a reference for us. So.
And he's moving again too.
Yeah, he is. Well, it's because he stopped screen sharing.
By the way, I never said that was your budget for the whole weekend.
Oh. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen?
Nice.
Photo ops. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so this. Wow.
Yeah, she did a good job cosplaying, so.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm gonna make the kids at home. I'm gonna make all the people watching that aren't watching live either editor version. I'll make you look it up yourself. But I mean, it was pretty close. I'll let the story master here tell you some stories while I go refresh my water, because I can tell you right now that I'm probably going to be drinking like 4 of these because I'm so thirsty.
I would also love some water.
I'll get you some water. So, talk amongst yourselves, kids.
About what I did today?
Yeah, why not?
See, what did I do today? I scanned photos at the end of the photo ops line, like every time.
Wow. All right.
And then halfway through doing that, they moved me 5 feet.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. DJ was talking to me, and I was at the end of the photo scanning line, and the girl that was in charge of putting us all where we needed to be says, I'm going to move you. And I'm like, okay. And I'm, telling DJ to go away and everything. And she's like, no, we're here. We walked literally like 5 feet to the side. And what they do is they have a setup with a few different computers, and they sell the photo ops on site, so you don't have to only buy them online. So they sell photo ops. They do reprints if you have like 2 copies of a photo printed, then the reprints come out in a specific spot. And then they have help desk, which is if you need to exchange your ticket, or if you bought a ticket and that celebrity canceled, you can, get a refund, things like that. So basically I stood in front of this table and directed people into the right line or answered their question and sent them off. So then that's what I did for the other half of the day.
All right.
So I just barely caught a glimpse of two of the celebrities that came for their photo ops. I didn't see anybody else. Because again, the way it was set up is the celebrity autograph booths were off to the side of photo ops, and so they kind of had a back channel behind all the booths that they could walk from one place to the other. So they were up against the wall, and I was at the end of the line where the customers would be coming out, so I was nowhere near it. But did that all day. What else did I do? Oh, well, Weird Al is also here.
Really?
Yeah, he is. And I wish I could, I just want to see him. I want to look at him.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm asking.
He seems to be a character.
Yeah. And there were a few, like people that had the 100% Weird Al looks. Like the guy had the tight curly hair.
Yeah.
He had like a Hawaiian shirt on, glasses. Everything. He was perfect. He did a photo with Weird Al, and he comes through, and he's like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. That was so surreal. I can't believe I just did my picture with him.
The guy that she just described walked by me while I was taking a picture of Iron Man. He kind of looked at me like, "Do you want a picture of me?"
Nice.
Well, and then there were a couple people that had accordions. Yeah, those were some pretty neat ones. But it was really cool. I guess I thought, because it's the only anime I actually like, that the 4 girls from Ruby were there. Again, I didn't see them either, except for in pictures. So that was pretty cool. Hey, sis.
She can't get out now.
God damn it, cat. You wonder why I don't want you clawing the furniture? Go away. The 2 Harry Potter people, the Weasley twins.
The Weasley twins.
Is that how I would describe them? They're here. I guess they're super tall.
All right.
In a lot of the pictures, they are kind of like, they like put one on each side, and they sort of put their arm around the people in the center, and they do kind of duck down and into the photo. So they got to be some pretty tall guys.
I guess they're about 6'3", because I was asking some people, and one of them said they're about as tall as my brother, and he's about 6'2". So I'm like, okay.
All right. Nice.
Well, and then that Rose, that's on iZombie, she looks like she's a super tiny itty bitty person. What else did I do today? I bought an apron for cooking.
Her day wasn't as exciting.
My day was not exciting. We had we were talking with a few people while I was eating, and they were asking if there's anything Walking Dead related at this con, and I didn't know because I hadn't gotten anywhere, and DJ couldn't remember seeing anything, and then I'm like, well, did you guys go to the Heroes and Villains, the Walker Stalker con a few months ago? And they said no, that they're up here hiding from the hurricanes.
They're evacuees from
Miami. Yeah, they said Miami. And so, but one of them, so it must be like a sister or a friend that they're staying with that lives in Portland, was the bigger Walking Dead fan. And I'm like, well, it's coming back in January. And she's like, oh, hey, cool. And I go, Norman Reedus is going to be here. She's like, what? It was like she is totally ready to pay attention to everything I have to say from that point on. So, but that's how I understand it works with everybody, is you tell women Norman Reedus is going to be here and they're all about the con all of a sudden.
You're either a
So-
Norman Reedus fan or you don't watch The Walking Dead.
So,
Norman Reedus fan, but I don't watch The Walking Dead. So
but yeah, that con will be back here in January again. So, yeah, I can't say that I had much else going on for me today. I'm in a whole lot of pain. Can hardly walk.
I am too. While I did do a lot of sitting to relieve some of the stress on my foot, I mean, that boot that I'm wearing, whether or not I want it to, throws my weight onto my non-booted foot. So my right foot is sore. It's
Oh.
very...
that sucks.
Yeah, it does. But with as many times as I have been bumped into, I'm glad I'm wearing the boot right now. So
Just me alone, I kick it like 15 times a day.
So, I mean, while I really did want to try out my ankle brace, because I have a brace, what the physical therapist and I have figured out is that if you support the side of my foot, like with an ankle brace wrapped around and then wrapped around the base of the foot to keep that side steady, I can walk just fine. But I can't put all the pressure on that, so I'm still kind of walking on the interior of my left foot, but I mean, at least I'm not in the boot. And both her and I knew that I was going to be wearing the boot today because I did need it, and I wanted to do more walking around, less limping. If I didn't have the boot on, I could say I would hardly be moving right now. But I'm also glad because we went to the OK Go concert last night, and I did post a couple of videos on Facebook. I tried to put them on Instagram, but Instagram's like, you have to trim these down to 60 seconds. I'm like, I have to pick a part of the song that I'm not super familiar with and post it on
I guess I'll have to tell you what part to use.
So then, yeah, so I didn't do that yet, but the boot last night came into, I mean, it helped last night too. So I mean,
yeah. So we're at this OK Go concert last night, and it's kind of a small venue. I think that it's sold out, but it's somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 people is what it holds. And
Sure.
so when you go in there, it's kind of like a square. And there's all the standing room on the main level in front of the stage. And then there's a balcony that goes around in a U shape up above. And that's the only seating. And it's, first come, first serve. I don't know where that's coming from.
it's terrible.
Yeah. So, so we go up to the top because we know that he's going to need to sit down. And then we also know that I can't stand last night for hours and then do con today. I would be dead. So we went up there and we sat kind of at a like a corner, the row up against the barrier, but at a corner. So there were the two rows of seats, and then there was like a gap in the corner, and we're sitting there, and DJ's, got his boot on, and then this other couple sits across the aisle from him, and one of the girls also has a boot on her leg. So DJ makes the joke about how embarrassing it is that they showed up at the concert wearing the same thing, and and so we talked a little bit. Well, then before the show started, the opening band played. They were done, and we were waiting for OK Go to come on. And this couple comes up and they stand at the balcony, blocking our total line of sight to the stage. And they were ready to spend the rest of the night there. They just, walked up, stood right in front of us, and like, hey, cool, this'll work. Lady sets her bag on the floor and everything, and I waited a little while, and I waited for like security or something to show up and notice that, or anything to happen. And finally I tapped the girl on the arm and I said, you guys are going to move before OK Go comes out, right? And she kind of looks at me like I'm insane. And I pointed to his leg. I said, he's not going to stand the whole time so that he can see this because you just cut off our view.
Yeah.
And then she has a little bit less of a, of a leg to stand on at that point. to continue standing there. So they kind of looked at each other and kind of talked a little bit. And then there was also, you know, the other girl with the boot. And so then they turn around and they walk away. So after they walked away, the other girl in the boot, you know, gives me a thumbs up, and she's like, good job, you know. Yeah, they didn't deserve to stand there. If they wanted to show up to this concert late and then think they were going to get a front row seat, they're insane.
The other thing we did while the intermission was happening is the other girl in the boot stuck her boot. We both had the same foot in the boot, so it was both the left feet. She stuck her left foot out into the aisle. I put my left foot up onto the thing. So we were basically the barrier between the step to step off to basically let everybody know we're not standing. So you might as well stay the fuck out of our way. So
nice.
Well, and then at one point, security did come over. And because the upper level was where the bar was right behind us, basically. And so that whole area was 21 and over, the entire balcony. And just tons of people congregated up there. Like they were all going to stand in all these places for the show. And so security came through and moved a bunch of them and made them leave and go downstairs and stuff. And so when she came over too, I said, I'm really happy to see you. She's like, well, thank you. I don't hear that very often.
They had to keep the aisles clear, and it didn't dawn on me right away, but after she left, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, because if there's a fire in here and they don't have the aisles clear, there's a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. Not just one. There's lots of lawsuits.
And that place already didn't look very structurally sound.
No, it did not. So, if you end up coming to Portland, you obviously get to see concerts. And because...
I mean, it's not like he lives in North Dakota. I bet they come there too.
Right. But so we went to OK Go, and there was a guy sitting across from me who had a shirt on with the date was the day before that said that Guns N' Roses had played at a specific venue. So
at the Gorge, somewhere at the Gorge or Washington.
So basically, while you may not be a huge OK Go fan, you're going to hear the metal that you hear when you want to, because there's going to be metal bands here all the time. We just don't look for the metal bands here. So,
all right.
And you've got at least 2 Comic-Cons. We kind of got a third one with the Walker Stalker kind of going on if Wizard World ever comes back.
That's true.
And
nothing on the schedule.
Yeah. So I'm going to go undrink a drink real quick. I'll be back in a moment.
All right.
So.
Shame on you. We'll talk about that.
You know, I should have brought some of these bars to the...
You should.
That was kind of stupid.
Well.
I bought these specifically for con as well. I'm not... Yeah, sad, isn't it? Because I didn't have any until I bought these the other day.
So I made the decision. I had to decide if I wanted a Peter Capaldi picture, and it was a big cash amount, and I knew that if I was doing that was pretty much I was spending the max today. So I did it. I was going to get a volume 2 of Verticome, the comic book, but they don't have volume 2 ready yet. They've only got. He's working on the 2nd, 4th of the 2nd volume. So it's not.
Isn't the book like 4 comics or whatever?
The volume I have is issues 1 through 4. So the one that I have the hardbound edition of the first 4.
So are issues 5, 6, and 7 out?
5 is out.
Okay.
He's working on 6, and that means 7 and 8 are to come.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something about he had 3/4 of it done, or what did you?
He's working on the 2nd, 4th.
2nd, 4th. Oh, got it. Okay, sorry. There was a lot of math involved there. I finally figured it out.
So I talked to the guy, and I'm like, I was the guy that asked you on Twitter if the 2nd edition hardbound. He's like, it's not. But I'm glad you asked. And then he tried to sell me on the singles, and I'm like, I kind of made the deal with her that I wasn't going to get the single, so I'm really after the hardbound at this point. He's like, okay, because I let him know I'm very interested in where the story is going. So I didn't read it forever, And I'm not sure why I waited so long, but as soon as I was reading it, I couldn't stop until I was done. So great. And there's a lot. Some comic books that got like packed in words. I mean, there's like word bubbles freaking everywhere. Verticom, there's a lot of action going on. You just see a lot of things happening rather than having to read a lot of things. So I mean, it's I recommend it. I am going to try to get him on as a guest too. And welcome back, Metal Jesus.
Thank you. I'm
So
looking at Furcombe right now so I can catch up and sound intelligent. So
you're looking for? Did you say Verticom?
yeah, how do you spell it?
BER D as in dog ACOMB. It's the name of the city that they're in. In fact, let me go get the book.
I was gonna go get my business card, but if you're gonna get a book, I noticed that my badge for the con, it has this thing on it that says hard boiled.
Huh.
I mean it's Dark Horse, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They're here. But I never even looked at it until we left the con. So this must be, well, I don't even know. Miller, Darrow, and Stewart.
So it's Dan Barry that I'm talking to at the con. So Verticome, it's like a futuristic sci-fi place. It explains it fairly quickly what's going on, so you're not lost at all.
All right.
And it's I didn't realize this was a thing till the other day, but do you know what lit RPG is?
Lit? No.
So a book that is in the genre of lit RPG literally stands for literature role-playing game. The whole genre is basically somebody is unable to stop playing a video game or something along those lines. So like Ready Player One fits into lit RPG. The other examples I've seen on Amazon, basically everybody's creating Dungeons and Dragons. So they're like, they log into this magnificent virtual world and something doesn't allow them to log out, or they don't want to log out, or something along those lines. The whole book is them in character. So I wouldn't say that this is lit RPG-esque, but it's pretty damn close. So I mean, there's a thing going on here, and this doesn't. Volume 1 has got me hooked, so I want to see where it's going, but I don't know what's going on yet exactly. So I mean, I can give you generalities, but I definitely recommend it. It's well written, well drawn. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
I don't know how long he's been doing it, but it comes with he's at the cons. He's selling it with this little card. There's a little thing on the card that you can flip around. It's a USB drive.
Nice.
You can plug it in, and I did plug it into my computer to see what was on it. It's got audio files for like the soundtrack of the book, and it's also got the first couple of, it's either the first couple of chapters or the first couple of issues digitally that you can read off of that. So it was it was really awesome that he had that. And when I walked by earlier, he was really touting that too. He loves the thought of doing the. That's why I kind of did that for you. Or do you want that too?
No, I want this.
So yeah, it's he's definitely
cool.
Yeah, and all of his I don't know if it's going to be readable on the thing, but all of his stuff is there. But if you go to verticome.com, if you see that, just go to verticome.com, you'll find everything.
I'm right there, actually right there right now. So
go ahead.
No.
Well, while you're looking at that, I have a question for you that will allow us to talk about something else before we decide whether or not we're going to kill it.
Sure.
Do you? I don't remember if you answered this before or what you answered if you did. Do you play chess?
I played. I'm no good, so I haven't like really played much in like the last 20 years, but I'm willing to learn.
I'm super into chess, but I'm I know my rating based on what I'm playing on chess.com. So I know that my rating is about between 1150 and 1250. Somewhere I kind of bounce around in there a lot. I'm trying to get better, but what I want, and the reason I'm asking is because I want to play chess on this show. I like we'll talk in the background, but the board will be the focus. Either I'll set up my board that I bought at the chess tournament here recently and video that, or I'll set up a digital one and I'll just share the screen, which might actually be the better option. But yeah.
All right. Huh.
I mean, if maybe we'll have a mini tournament or something. I don't know, but I'm trying to do things that are different, interesting, and geeky. And well, what's geekier than chess?
You ever think about doing it on the PS4 since I know you stream it?
I can only stream to YouTube. I can't stream anywhere else. Like the No Man's Sky that I've been streaming, I can stream it to YouTube, and then once it's done streaming, I can take that video down and edit things into like that, but then the video looks all choppy because it's coming through the filter of my normal thing. So
okay.
So trying to do anything with the PS4 is going to be out the window unless I point a camera at it, which we've done in the past with the fighting, the UFC game, but that quality was so terrible. So
all right.
This is an option. Options. So part of what I wanted to do moving forward was improve the quality of this show. Today is kind of a wash because we got started late. I didn't have things set up. We had a bunch of people have stuff going on this weekend that bailed. Some of our Miniver had things going on that I didn't know if she would be completely occupied tonight. She is. So a lot of things fell apart, but I want to make sure that we're all when we're doing the show as soon as possible. I mean, I'd like backdrops to look like not someone's living room.
All right.
So then where are you going to shoot?
Well, we got to figure. Maybe I'll spin it around and sit over there in front of the thing, and I can set pictures up or something. But, and I mean, where you are physically at this moment, is the best quality we get out of your stream. Anywhere else you go in that house, I either get terrible sound, the video is shit, or a combination of two at the same time. That the room that you're in that's got the white backdrop,
yeah,
is almost unusable. I mean, when you're in that room, we can't you start talking and you freeze, or you cut out, or you disappear entirely. It's terrible.
Well, what's happened is that we had to upgrade the router, and that's improved our quality since. So
maybe it'll change. Maybe it has changed. But I mean, in the past, I'm just saying that, I mean, we'll improve as we go. Rather than try to slam everybody with, hey, put up a backdrop behind yourself, make sure you're in a room without animals and whatever. Let's use this season to slide into it.
You think you're going to be in a room without animals?
Well, like Rachel had the barking dogs going on. So, I mean, we'll work next season. We're going to look professional because we'll have used this entire season to change the way things work.
Okay, cool.
And this season, or at least 4 shows this season of the 28 or 27, 4 shows I will not run. Somebody else will run them. I would like Stabby to run at least one, maybe more.
Okay.
I mean, not that you're not here all the time, but I would say that of the people that aren't me, he's here the next most.
Yeah, that is definitely true.
So if he runs one, maybe 2, then he can do that. You can do one. She already knows how to run one, so I don't have to train her. So
I would need to go follow the instructions again, though. I couldn't do it if you just told me to set it up.
So there's going to be future shows that aren't run from this physical location because there are going to be weekends where I would like a show to be running that I don't have to be on.
Okay. Which actually brings up the question that I've been thinking about lately.
Okay.
Like changing different stuff under the line or the whole DJ Spectre /
Remote Spectre, yes. Go.
whatever you want to call it, like different like aspects, like role playing, the bullet journal, doing the con stuff. Like I know a few friends that are into cons and role playing and all that. Like, would you be cool with like me bringing them on, seeing with the whole interaction?
And the reason we do the things that we do currently is I'm trying to, and we all have like, she's into some geeky stuff but not much. I am probably the geekiest of the entire group. Stabby's really into video games. You're into like anime and heavy metal.
And role playing games and
role playing games. I mean,
I would say geeky. I think he could give you a run for your money, DJ. I don't think that you may necessarily get that.
I hold the most real estate, but I don't like. I'm into role playing, but if we're on a 1 to 10 scale, I'm a 3 and he's a 10. On the video game scale, I'm a 2 and Stabby's a 10.
Yeah, and I'm maybe a 5.
But what I'm saying is I'm into all that stuff. I'm just not into it as an individual thing. Yeah, so I hold the most real estate, but it's just because I'm all over the map, basically. But so if you know you're running the show, and you know that Stabby's not going to be there, and you already know that we're not going to be there because you're running the show.
All right.
If you have 6 people on and they don't want to talk about anything but Dungeons and Dragons, go for it.
All right. I'm just, running by you before, like, hey, it happens, so.
Yes. And I'm completely okay with it because we're at this point, we got to do all things geeky. If you're geeky about it, it can be done. And having said that out loud on air, on video now, I'm going to put it out there that some people find politics geeky and therefore politics can be discussed. But we all have to understand that while some people have certain political views and other people might think those political views are stupid for whatever reason, we should all be civil and find middle ground to be good with each other. The only thing that I don't think I want to get into is if we happen to find some sort of religious person, because most of us aren't really religious. I would say that we kind of lucked out not finding anyone who's super Bible.
Any sort of.
Yeah, because I mean, we both have our theory on organized religion, and I can't say that I really would. In fact, I wouldn't say that any of the rest of you would be any farther into that than we are. So,
yeah.
On that topic.
Oh boy.
Tomorrow there was supposed to be a white supremacist.
White nationalist.
White nationalist. Okay, I got white nationalist rally in Portland, and then of course they were going to have the counter action groups to make everything really difficult. A few hours ago, this Portland the headline is Portland protest leader Joey Gibson moves Patriot Prayer rally expected to draw large counter demonstrations to Vancouver. Because when this guy gets his people out, and then when everybody else comes out, downtown explodes into violence and property destruction.
We like to joke that Portland is really riot city. But it's only happened recently, so it's really
only happened since the election.
With the current political climate, yeah, it's in spurts too. It's like it happens and then it's over for a while. Then it happens again and it's over for a while.
Well, it was like constant, and I think it's just kind of slowly did decline into normalcy, and now it's spurts of things.
All right.
So,
Weird.
yeah. And even though we may not have to go downtown to get to the con, I mean, we don't. If you're coming from the west side of Portland and you're using any sort of transit, it goes through downtown, which means you may not even make it to the other side. Because a lot of times it's their goal to disrupt transit. Like, that's a big goal.
Why? To what end?
They think that's how they're getting their point across. All they're doing is pissing off the people around them. They're not. This is my theory. It fits the same theory as the people that sit on the corners, and we heard one of these guys last night.
Last night, okay,
that talk into a megaphone and preach Bible-y things at you, calling you sinners and saying you're going to hell. You have not ever, nor will ever, convert anyone using that method. If you accuse somebody of something, they automatically go on the defensive. So if you sit on a corner and accuse people of sinning and you're going to go to hell and this, that, and the other thing, you're not going to convert anyone. So you are literally, not figuratively, you are literally wasting your time and may or may not get killed in the process because someone's going to get pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard one of those guys last night, and he was just reading the Bible. That's what it sounded like to me. And there was nobody around him. And every once in a while, you'd hear somebody say something back at him, but he just kept reading. And then there was this minivan that kept driving by him, just wrapping the pipes. And I don't understand why the minivan had the pipes wrapping, but he did, and he just right in front of the guy just to drown him out a little bit. Which was nice.
It was like a stick minivan.
It's funny.
Nice.
But why would you do that to a minivan? Why would you do that? And not because I'm saying that you were ruining the minivan. I'm saying, why would you own a minivan?
Maybe they wanted to piss that guy off. That would justify the minivan in my book.
So yeah, this protest, rally, which is going to most definitely turn into a violent protest, is supposed to happen in Vancouver tomorrow instead of Portland. Because and see, that's why another reason why I didn't think you were buying a ticket for Sunday is because you said, well, I guess I'm not going on Sunday then because the transit's going to be disrupted. You know, that was another indicator to me that you meant Saturday only.
So I won't get into that on the air, but someone has been corrected, and I fixed the problem anyway, so we're all good. But yeah, there was some. Wait, I'll let her say it. What kind of communicator am I?
One that doesn't communicate.
So you would use the word terrible to describe me, perhaps?
Yes, absolutely.
There was some terrible communication that went on today. It's been corrected. Thank you, Rachel, by the way. But yeah, we'll.
He is a black hole of communicating. So if information goes to him and it is supposed to come out of him to any other source, it doesn't go there.
Huh.
It has in the past, yes.
All right.
Trying to get better.
Well, you're sucking at it.
No bad.
So, because this is the first show back, well, before I get into that, so you know about all the bullet journaling stuff I'm doing. Do you bullet journal, or have I enticed you to bullet journal?
I've been looking at it, and I'm trying to work my schedule around it, but...
well, you're supposed to use it to create your schedule.
The bullet journal, the system itself is designed to help you streamline your life. So, I mean, don't look at what I'm doing and say, let's see if I can wedge that in. No, do what you're doing, using it to. So if you're like me and you constantly go, oh crap, I forgot I need to be this place tomorrow, and then you go there. If it's in the bullet journal and you check the bullet journal all the time, you should have that all up and down. So that's great. That I wanted to know. So because you know that I'm working on Bujo RPG 2.
Yeah. I know, like, the whole girlfriend thing is new to me, and I'm trying to enjoy it, and, like, hey, you know, but I'm also trying to make time for friends and, like, you guys, so.
Well, and, I mean, that's why we stress that bullet journaling should fit into your life, not be something you have to work in.
If it takes over, it's not doing its purpose,
Yeah,
right?
so it's I mean, if you think it's going to be a burden or doing the role playing stuff or anything like that, if you think it's going to be burdensome, start with the basic stuff and then kind of work into it. What I am working on is for the people that spend a lot of time doing bullet journal stuff and love the idea of role playing and the fact that I've created a game around regular bullet journaling. What I'm working on now for anyone that is interested is I'm working on things that you can do while you're not self-improving. So there are, I mean, you're still focused on the self-improvement, but let's say your Saturday's completely open. You've got nothing to do. You've got no work to be at. You've got no school. You've got all your TV shows are off for the season. You've got a lot of time to work in your bullet journal, so you can set up your next month, but then you're done. Well, Bujo RPG 2 is going to have a lot of side things to do as story plot and all that other stuff going on that you can still level stuff up and keep yourself interested and keep involved in your bullet journal.
All right, cool. Side quest.
Yeah. So the picture I put on Instagram today for anyone, that is the tutorial map that I'm working on.
Okay.
I'd show it on the screen, but I just showed the barest bit of it, and it's still in a rough, so I'm working on it. Oh. So, since this is our first show back for the season, and I want to do things more professionally, I know you said that you're not on Instagram. Are you on Twitter?
Yep.
Okay, so let me get the right stuff down with, because I'm going to give everybody a chance to plug everything every episode, because I realize at one point I don't think I let Quinny plug anything, or I wouldn't have if somebody hadn't mentioned it. So, Metal, what are you on Twitter?
I haven't been on Twitter for such a long time that I forget. It's
I am absent on Twitter.
it's LPO KMNJ.
LPO KMNJ.
Yep. Lima Papa Oscar Kilo Mike November Juliet.
Okay. Can I ask
Why?
Can I ask why?
Look at the keyboard.
LPO
Okay, so
J.
LPO KMNJ. So he went up, down, and then back up diagonally.
Okay, I was gonna say every time I type a letter, it's all on my right hand because I'm doing that in my head.
In usernames, and I went, "Fuck it, I'm doing a pattern." And then Twitter said, "Hey, that's not taken. Congrats."
Surprise!
I am going to invite all of the hosts to be participants on the Facebook page for Emerald Spectre, so we're not going to worry about giving out Facebook stuff, but you are on Facebook. Everybody should know by now I am at Emerald Spectre on both Instagram and Twitter. Are you made by Tricia on both?
Yes.
So she is at Made by Tricia, Tricia, on both Instagram and Twitter. That's how you can get a hold of us three. You can also go to madebytricia.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
exists.
or, of course, emeraldspectre.com, which is where you should be going if you want all the information about why we're doing what we're doing and or why we are not on. Like tonight, for instance, when I knew we were going to be late, I went to Twitter and I posted, "Hey, we're going to be late due to unforeseen circumstances." It's just something I couldn't plan for, that I tried to plan for, so that everybody knew that I would be late. But that's where I went instead of posting on the website. So, I mean, you know, you can follow us on these things. You can get a hold of me. emeraldspectre.com@gmail.com is the email address. So you can, I mean, you can private message the Facebook page. You can private message any of the Twitters that or the Instagrams that you've heard to get a hold of all of us.
Sure.
As we expand out, as Metal Jesus here gets together a role-playing show or metal show or whatever show ends up, I mean, whatever group of friends comes together that wants to talk about whatever, whenever he gets an offshoot, then we'll have more contact information for them so that they can interact with fans as well also. I don't want to shoehorn you, but I can't think of...
No, I'm just an example that I came up with on the fly, so...
Okay, so then it's not that I'm terrible. It's that we don't really know yet. Okay, so that's good. And Stabby seems to. If anyone hasn't guessed, I call the other Kevin Stabby now because he likes to. Well, he doesn't like to get stabbed, but he's been stabbed so many times.
Three, how? After the first two.
And by a girlfriend at one point.
Then he attended her wedding.
I don't know about you, but I'm not attending a wedding of someone who has stabbed me.
Even if they apologize.
Doubly so if they didn't apologize.
Unless they apologize with cake.
Well, they will. It's a wedding.
You might have something there.
Yeah. So that's the other Kevin, not this Kevin.
So let me go to the website to check and promote all the goodies, like the greatest schedule. So,
hey, guess what? It rained here today.
yes, nice.
It's like the second time we've had any rain in like, I don't know, 3 months, 2 months.
Since like April. I mean,
like,
well, probably, but I mean, it's been a long time. We are on next week. We don't have any expected guests. I might try to get somebody on. Maybe that Dan Barry will come on. Who knows? But I'll try to get somebody else on. Metal, are you going to be on next weekend?
I'm going to be spending next weekend with a girlfriend over in Pennsylvania. So I might bring the laptop, might not. So if I do, I'll stop by and say hi.
Well, my favorite joke is like when Sarab got a girlfriend, I'm like, well, what's the best way to break a girlfriend in? Bring her on the greatest show.
Well, I do plan on doing that eventually. I just have to, break her out of her shy shell.
That's why it's my favorite joke. So, I mean, if you've got girlfriend stuff going on, it's fine. I just wanted to know now so that the viewers and or listeners can hear that Metal may not appear.
Apparently, if she's a wife, you get to start ignoring her. So just keep that in mind.
Do you hear a whisper?
That's the only way I've heard marriage described positively. I don't ignore her. I like the girl.
She complains, but she's got a catch.
I'm staying out of this. I'm done.
So next week, I'm sure that Stabby will be with us. We'll have to see if we can corral maybe some Sarab. I don't know if he's going to be doing girlfriend stuff too. We'll find out.
All right.
Try to get Bob back on. A Bob show early in the season would be great.
Yeah. I want to see Bob again.
And then the week after next, we should have Brandy from Gamers Table, the podcast that is no longer actively running, on with us. So an actual RPG gaming podcast host. I'm working on another Gamers Table host. You know what? I should be stating what we've got coming up. So Brandy from Gamers Table on the 23rd of September. Then on the 30th of September, I've got a local guy that we hang out with or that we know, John Cabral. He plays No Man's Sky. I work with him. He's into geeky stuff, Game of Thrones. So, I mean, I don't know.
He has a 3D printer.
Nice.
So I don't know what we'll talk about that weekend, but he'll be on. I don't have any currently scheduled for October 7th. October 14th, we have Dan from Fear the Boot. He's the me for Fear the Boot. So without him, Fear the Boot doesn't run.
All right. Nice.
And then, Other than that, he's the last currently scheduled guest. I still am actively working on other guests because I got the dawn of, hey, this is a great idea. I'm going to go hit up a bunch of comic book creators at the show tomorrow.
Right.
And
It's almost like they were served to you on a platter of
right
tables.
and Miss Miniver, while she couldn't do it this weekend, we'll try to catch her on a weekend where she doesn't have a con to go to, and then maybe we can get her on. But I'm going to let her be a little bit looser because I know what her setup is. So I was hoping she would be on tonight, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen. So,
All right.
Well, Metal, I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For anyone listening to and or watching this, I want to thank you for listening to and or watching it. If this part is still in it, then you are watching the raw feed. But I'll put up an edited version on the other thing. In fact, I should explain that. The raw show will always be on Channel 2, Emerald Spectre Channel 2. It's the channel that's been there the whole time. I have changed my personal YouTube channel to Emerald Spectre Channel 1. All the produced shows will appear on Channel 1. So you will see no raw stuff on Channel 1. So this will be the first edited episode, video-wise, on the Channel 1 YouTube episode channel.
All right.
And you didn't know, I pull the audio off of the produced show, and I put it out on an RSS feed for a podcast listening audience. You do miss out on the video, but except for the fact that we don't do pictures every week, I mean, you miss out this week because we had a lot of pictures. But you don't miss out normally. I mean, there's not a lot that goes on visually, except for this beautiful face and that beautiful face and
That beautiful face and
almost got licked. But thanks for joining me, everybody. We will be on normal time next week, 7:30 Pacific,
10:30 Eastern.
10:30 Eastern, or as it is commonly known, Bob's Standard Time. And we will be on with different people, I guess, because somebody's going to be hanging out with their girlfriend. Bye, Kevin.
Good night, folks.
Bye, Tricia.
Bye.
Bye, Tricia. Bye, DJ.
Bye.